Jacob,
Sure, I'll
thanks
do
for
the
tuning in.
intro. Why not?
Don't make
Thanks
it.
for tuning-
Hey, everyone.
All right.
Thank you for tuning into the BAMP podcast, where today we are going to be playing Valor Knights, the Electrocube War, as published by Gloat Games and with supplemental material by Fainting Goat Games, featuring fun original characters that we here at the BAMP podcast have created to play based on some of our favorite robots that transform into other machines, and their subsequent battles against evil robots that transform into evil machines. So today we have characters who are going to be playing with us. If you can all introduce yourselves and let us know who you're going to be playing, starting at the top with Jason.
I'm playing Stinger, who's a Corvette, and he's an operative soldier, and I'm looking forward to playing her today.
All right, and continuing with Alice.
Hi, everyone. I am going to be playing Nitro Strike. I am a little mini bot that's a little bit of a troublemaker, and I have a fascination with spray painting everything, especially the bad guys.
And next we have Aid Smith.
Hello, I am playing Gearbox, a Valor Knight soldier tech specialist.
All right. And hopefully we will have Mike Lafferty coming back, who will be reprising his role as Mega Hitch, who is a mechanic that works with the Valor Knights. And when last time we played... Oh, and Walt is joining us. How are you, Walt? We heard you were down.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll be here, trying to sound less like a lawnmower.
You sound like
Okay.
Flyer already. You're great. Us shorties, we're tough little buggers.
And Walt will be apparently reprising his role as Flyer, a Valor Knight soldier and demolitions expert. So, when last we played, the Valor Knights were called to come to the aid of a fallen comrade by the name of Toro, who had suffered so much damage he had to be rebuilt. In order to rebuild a vital component that allowed the Toro to change his forms, you needed a special metal which was only found at a certain quarry located nearby. Traveling to the quarry, you encountered Chaos Lord agents, several clone troopers, as well as a particularly large drilling Chaos Lord by the name of Excavator. Having defeated Excavator, he surrendered to you, revealing that he was doing this as a job for the Chaos Lords. What they needed all this material for, who can say? But we pick up about a week later, as you had time to rest and relax and recover from your recent battle. And you will soon get a call from the leader of your team, Victor Alpha, who asks you to assemble in the danger room.
Valor Knights mobilize. Okay, we'll head over there.
Let's rock.
As everyone gets together, no, we got him. It's okay. As everyone gets together, you'll see the large form of Victor Alpha looking over a map, and as you come in, he greets each of you. Ah, good. Valor Knights?
Why is it when you call us here, it's never good?
I do want to congratulate you on your recent mission. Not only did you exemplify what we're trying to do here on Earth in the protection of others, but you spared an enemy and helped turn them to the side of righteousness. And in this, I commend you. From Excavator, we have learned that a Chaos Lord scientist, Sigma Thesis, has been collecting the special ore we needed to help Toro, who is doing fine, by the way. He's making a full recovery. But apparently, Sigma Thesis was needing this material to create a vast number of assimilation matrices on his own. And we were very worried about what this might mean. Through Flyer, and after interrogating Excavator, we've discovered what the Chaos Lords have in mind. Our agents have discovered that the Chaos Lords are creating a new device that produces clone soldiers for their army.
See, I knew it. It's always an army. Indeed.
We did quite a bit of damage to them at the battle at the Hooper Dam, but now they've seemingly found a way to replenish their forces. If they're allowed to put this device into full use, they can have an army that outnumbers our meager forces within days. According to our agents in the field, the Chaos Lords intend to use the military vehicles of the Sierra Army Depot as blank slates for their cloning device. The creation and use of the device is being overseen by the Chaos Lord scientist, Sigma Thesis. And he will bring up a hologram of Sigma Thesis, which I'm going to share here. Hopefully get that.
I don't believe Mike is here at the helm to show everybody, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Oh, well. Well, when we have the opportunity, we'll hopefully get that done. Sigma Thesis is a to give a verbal description, he's a dangerous-looking Chaos Lord with a white and silver chassis, several eyes that go up and down his face in a vertical line that apparently have different functionalities and allow him to see in different spectrums of vision. And he's got a big tri-cannon on his left arm instead of a hand.
Awesome. Yes, sir, Victor Alpha. Beep beep.
I should not have to tell you that Sigma Thesis is as dangerous as they are intelligent. Besides the protection of possible human personnel on the site, your orders are to see to the destruction of the Chaos Lord cloning device. Flyer has seen to the evacuation of most of the human personnel through his connections in the military. He nods to Flyer, but it's entirely possible that there may be some left over as a small security force. Destruction and capture of Chaos Lords during this operation is tertiary. The important target is the device itself, and making sure that the Chaos Lords cannot use it.
Sir, what's secondary then? We have primary and tertiary. I missed the secondary.
as always, to the protection of any humans and innocents in the area.
Oh, I thought that was always primary. Yes, sir.
I would
Maybe.
I would put it as equal to the destruction of the cloning device.
Understood. Beep beep. I start stocking up on my paint cans.
Okay. Getting the
Ooh,
best
I'm trying
best
this
neon
new-
colors.
Yes. Well, I'm trying this new like luminescent color paint that changes color under different lights.
Okay.
There's a Toyota Camry down the street that does that.
There's a whole new line of miniature paints that do that.
Oh God!
No
I have
wonderful.
a friend that's been using them for a few months.
All right, so we're taking off toward the Sierra vehicle range.
Yep. The Valor Knights the Valor Knights theme song will play as you all shift your forms and have a montage that is played in every episode of you driving out of the base across highways. It's always this. You always pass the same cars, the same towns. You know, it saves on the animation budget.
Right on.
Awesome. Ah, there
There
we
you
go.
go. That is Sigma Thesis.
Handsome fellow.
I can see why he'd be so angry. You know, what with that one hand? Be kind of hard to eat spaghetti and meatballs like that.
I'm sure he's gonna love us as much as Tombstone will. Tombstone does.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Tombstone. He
All
was
right,
such
so-
a badass. We will miss him.
We're on the way.
You are on the way.
Let's go.
So, from your base to the Sierra Army Depot, it will take you most of the day to travel there, as it is much farther north than you are currently located. But yeah, it's located near east of the Sierra Nevada mountain range on the border of California and Nevada. And if you haven't seen this place, it is a desert filled with military vehicles of every sort. You've got lines and lines and rows of old planes and jets and jeeps and tanks and all sorts of old military vehicles that are no longer in use. In various states of. Some of them look like they came off the assembly line, and others look like they've been stripped down for parts.
It's a graveyard. Is this where fellow Valor Knights come to die?
This is where the humans send us to die, yes. And they send many others to die too. They just ignore it and ignore repairs.
We need to find a spot for Sigma Thesis. He'll be happy here.
So yeah, I think we're going to go and start searching for the device, which I believe that's Mr. Aid's job to start looking.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
what's the recon needed? Do we need to? Have we got scanners? Have we got anything we can?
Yeah, as you've been able to get in with the help of Flyer, so you don't need to sneak in like you did the last place. You will need to start making either intelligence investigation or wisdom perception checks. Now, because there are Chaos Lords here, otherwise there wouldn't be an adventure, but they are all assuming the form of defunct military vehicles. So all of your checks are being made with disadvantage.
That does
So-
not compute.
Okie dokie.
So you roll 2d20 and tell me your lowest roll as well as the d6 for the for the random happenstance.
Now, is that random happenstance rolled as a disadvantage as well with a second d6?
While it says in the book it normally is, I just prefer the 1d6 roll as opposed to 2d6 because it's random happenstance one way or the other.
I got an 11 and no special dice on the d6.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm rolling around the junkyard and assisting with that, but I'm going to assist Aid as my primary on that gearbox because I know he's a hacker and he's technically advanced, good at that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I am going to be critiquing because places like this, there's always lots of graffiti. So I'm going to be critiquing graffiti and getting inspiration for my future work.
Okay, so gearbox, you can make the roll normally. You don't have to do it with
Going
disadvantage.
to the red barn.
What I'm also going to do for gearbox is pop my lucky if he doesn't do well. So because I have an ability that gives it to other people if I
Well,
want.
I got 11, so I don't know if 11's good or
I'm
not.
popping my lucky on you then.
Okay.
You didn't take your disadvantage because I was helping, right?
Okay, that's much better. That's a better roll. Yeah. That would be a 15 if it was not a disadvantage.
Okay.
And
what did
you want to pop my lucky for that?
If you feel like 15 is not enough, you can pop your lucky for
I'll
that.
pop my lucky. I'm gonna pop my lucky and spend an electric cube on him.
Okay. So that will add 5 to the roll for a total of 20.
Cool.
So gearbox. Flyer. What did you get?
It's just the 20, right? It's just the D20.
The D20. It's 2D20. Take the lowest roll because you're doing it with disadvantage.
A 4.
4. Okay. And Mega Hitch, since you're back.
I'm kind of back. What am I rolling?
You're rolling a perception check with disadvantage, considering the Chaos Lords are very good at hiding where they are.
This is the ultimate weapon, as the wise man once told me. All right, so that's a D20 plus a D6.
Yeah.
And let's see, did a D20, I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Everything looks fine to me.
Okay, so Gearbox, with the aid of Nitro Strike, will actually succeed in the check. You will with your sensors and looking around, find a couple of military vehicle forms that don't look quite as shitty as the rest of everything else around here. There's all this desert sand and dust covering pretty much everything, but there's a succession of large trucks and some nearby jeeps and tanks that look like they were put here incredibly recently, like within the last day or two, and yeah, they look a little hinky. So how are you going? So figuring that succeeding on this, how are you going to proceed?
Well,
Go on.
oh no, I was just gonna say, by me helping, I'm over here drawing on one of these that you're like, hey, that looks different than the others, and I'm like tagging. Nitro Strike was here, and I'm tagging like these weird morphed faces.
So yes,
Okay.
using like the optical HUD we've probably got, we can kind of like highlight and ping them all and send the signal to everybody so everyone knows which ones are the dodgy ones, so they haven't got to keep an eye out for stuff.
Okay.
How far away are they from us at the moment? Are they close by? Are they some distance?
Well, it sounds like Nitro Strike is having some fun tagging them.
Yes,
But
I'm
Otherwise,
trying to
they look like they're the rest of you are like 60 feet from your current position.
And I'm testing out my color shifting paint, so the faces that are warping will shift as they shift.
Okay.
And there's no sign of any machinery, correct?
Not that you can see immediately.
Okay, I've got an analyze ability that I can spin the electric cube on that allows me to scan stuff within 60 feet. Do I need
Okay.
to actually pick out a thing, or do I do a area scan and it give me some kind of direction and highlights?
No, with your analyze ability, you spend the electric cube, you focus your sensors, and you pretty much scan it like a tricorder. Okay.
Yep. No roll needed apparently, or at least on the actual operation of it. So powers and what it's made of, etc. Yeah. So whatever pick up, I will feed back to everybody.
So yeah, you can sense that the jeeps are you can detect that these are Chaos Lord drones. The larger tank has much more powerful signature. So given its chassis coloration, you're thinking that might be Sigma Thesis. And the large military trucks, they don't have any signature that you recognize. But as you start to analyze what you're reading on your scanners a little more, you're thinking that the trucks might be the clone device you're looking for.
Okay.
So
I'll obviously feed that back to everybody as well. So.
Sigma Thesis is making a perception check now.
Are we going into initiatives then?
And it looks like he has noticed you doing your heavy scanning in the area. So yeah, the tank will assume the form of Sigma Thesis, who does a quick scan of the area, looks down at Nitro Strike, who has tagged his chassis. He's like, what the hell?
Upgrade. Beep beep. Move through under him, around him, behind him. I mean, rather.
Statement. You have made a foolish endeavor.
Who invited this guy to the party?
I just want to point out I can move through anything bigger than these squares. So I'm just between his legs, slide behind him so that he can't see me anymore.
Oh yeah, he like I said, he was a tank. He's big. So I believe I will need initiative checks from everyone, which is a D6 plus your dexterity modifier.
Mega Hitch goes on 3.
Nitro Strike's on 5.
Okay.
I'll go to 7.
I'm a
Flyers
9.
Sorry. Flyer
Go ahead.
6.
Stinger's a 9.
Wow. Okay, rolling for Sigma Thesis. And for allies, they go there. Okay, top of the round, we have Sigma Thesis. Observation.
Dun, dun, dun.
Observation. We have been detected. Chaos Lords, assume robotic forms. Destroy the Valor Knights. Activate cloning chamber. Begin cloning process. And there will be a variety of forms shifting all around you as a bunch of the military jeeps start to shift and change into Chaos Lord drones. And the biggest thing will be the two military transport trucks, which kind of merge and form and shift and become this huge, complicated device that looks like it is large enough to fit, airplanes and tanks into a port for nefarious purposes. And as the cloning device begins to assume its form, Sigma Thesis activates a force field around himself and the device. Stinger, it is your turn.
All right, Stinger's going to take cover behind one of the non-transformed junked vehicles and draw his rifle and start blasting on the cloning device.
Okay. You open fire on the clone device.
All right, so I've got a 12 to hit.
Okay.
And I rolled a 4 on the die 6.
Okay.
Is that a hit?
That will hit the device.
All right. He does 12 points of damage, radiant damage.
Okay. That will be enough to destroy the force field that Sigma Thesis put up around the device. So it is gone. But the remaining damage will only cause 2 points of damage to the cloning device.
All right.
Say, guys, I think I was in a fugue state while I was listening to Chris Christopherson's Convoy soundtrack. Can someone tell me what this cloning device is and what we're trying to do to it?
You found out, to recap, you found out from Excavator that the reason he needed all the special material was to create assimilation cogs. Mm-hmm. Sigma Thesis has created this cloning device that he can feed base vehicles into, and it will turn them into Chaos Lord drones. So with this cloning device, he could have an entire army ready in a matter of days.
All right.
And you are here to destroy the device.
Alrighty.
Yes, but we also need to make sure that the device can't be replicated again, so we need information about the device. Otherwise, destroying it, they'll just make another one.
This looks pretty complicated. It looks like
a gearbox.
Okay, that was Stinger. That was it for you. Then we go to Gearbox.
Okay, so the force field is down, yeah?
The force field is down.
And is there anyone actively standing next to the device at this current point in time, or is it a...
Sigma Thesis is standing next to the device, and there are a couple of Jeep drones that are currently assuming their robot form, but they haven't gone yet in initiative, so they're still doing that.
So I'm still in car mode, so I'm going to bomb across the open field and basically smash into one of these drones, and then transform afterwards. Okay,
sounds good.
So apparently
a slam attack.
I can do a slam. Yes, I can do a slam with that, which is this 20 feet straight forward. Melee attack on the same turn, take an additional 1d8 damage. Okay, so melee attack, there's a d20 and a 6. Yeah, not great. Okay, it's a 6 on the to hit, which is a total of...
Okay, I'm going to... Because the drones have not gotten to act yet, and they are in mid-transformation, I will give you advantage on the attack.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's better. That's a 10 on the dice.
Right.
And it's a 6 on the d6.
Oh, excellent. So yes, you will hit the drone you're attacking, and give me damage.
Okay, so damage is normally 1d8, an additional 1d8 for the ram, which would be 15.
Okay, wow. You will not only take out that drone, but because you rolled the 6,
Can I send him flying into the device?
Sure. Yeah, you can send him flying into the device. Give me another attack roll.
Okay. Okay, this is a 7. But he also got another 6 on the d6.
The device is it's pretty stationary. You really don't need to roll that high to hit it. So yeah, give me 2d8 again.
Okay, this time it's only 9 damage.
Okay, so you will do 9 damage. 9 damage to the device. Yeah, you drive up, you obliterate this mid transformation drone who just flies into pieces, and those pieces shower the cloning device like shrapnel and do quite a bit of damage to it. Well done. And then you transform and you look just fucking cool.
All good.
Okay, that was awesome. Because you rolled 6 on that, I'm going to say some of the shrapnel also smacked around Sigma Thesis for the same amount of damage. So he has taken 9 points of damage as well. Okay, Flyer, it is your turn.
I love when it's my turn. I'm going to drop a breaching charge into a Jeep.
Okay.
And push it so that it rolls straight into Sigma Thesis and the cloning drive.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, so I got an 18 and a 4 for the attack roll.
Okay, you will successfully set the charge. Give me athletics check to push the Jeep into your targets. And I will roll an opposing athletics check for him because he does not want to be pushed.
Is that oh no, I got it.
It's under your skills.
Yep. 17.
Okay, he only got a 7, so you will succeed in pushing this chaos drone around. And you will toss him right into the device, the cloning device, and Sigma Thesis.
So damage is 11.
Okay.
Well, that's the piercing damage.
Yeah.
And then the fire damage is 8.
8. Okay.
And of course, they get their saving throw.
Yeah. It is, what is it, 14 or 15?
14.
Okay. Well, the device can't make a saving throw because it's stationary, so it takes all the damage.
Whoops.
Sigma Thesis rolls a 9. So he's going to take all that damage too.
Whoops.
Yeah. And the drone you put the breaching charge on is utterly obliterated. So
he knew what he did. You
have taken out those drones. leaving 2 more left on the field. Okay, well done. That brings us to Nitro Strike.
Okay, so it sounds like we're just brute forcing this machine down, not going to hack it or anything. So I was behind the big baddie, and my friends are all ramming into him. So I'm going to take my bonus action to disengage. And as I'm disengaging, I am throwing a paint bomb up at him. I want to basically, based on the way that the area sounds in my head, I want to get him and a couple of the drones inside that area of the mist. If I can only get some of the drones, I'll get some of the drones. But I want to create my paint bomb. And so, it just splats on his back and it dusts glittery paint everywhere.
Okay.
And I am disengaging and going. I'm going to go towards the device that we're breaking. I'm going to skate myself up it, backflip, and go over the far side of it.
Okay. You gonna try to use it as cover?
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
am. I rolled a nat 20.
Dang.
I rolled a nat 20.
You acrobatics over this thing like you have wheels on your feet, which
Yes.
you kind of do.
I kind of do. So I really do well on that. And the paint bomb, I smacked them with a paint bomb. So they have problems. They have disadvantage on attacking us.
Okay.
Or even perceiving what's going on outside of that.
You will smack that paint bomb in the back of Sigma Thesis and
Wait for that nat 20. I should have attacked.
You did. You look awesome. It's cool. Okay. If that is the end of Nitro Strike, that will bring us to the 2 other drones. One shoots after Nitro Strike at disadvantage. The disadvantage roll is a 5. The other opens fire on, who's going to be their target here? That's going to be Gearbox. They're also firing with disadvantage. They roll a total of 4. At which point they, realizing their disadvantage, the Chaos drones separate, moving out of the paint area so they can see better. Hopefully get some attacks in on their next turn. That is it for the 2 drones. Bring us to Mega Hitch.
So how many drones do we have left?
There are 2 drones.
All right, I am going to what do we call this special power? Cable hitch whip. One of them. I have a +3 to hit. I'll be rolling a d20 and a d6, and oh, that's bad. My d20 was a 6. My d6 was a 1.
Okay. So let's see here. Not only will you miss, but you were tossing it at one of the drones.
Yeah.
The drone will actually catch the cable, and I'm going to say he's going to try to pull you towards him to try to pull you off your feet. So give me an athletics check, please.
Another d20, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Rolling 17.
17. He got a 12, so you will succeed. He tries to tug on the cable, but you're anchored to it pretty well. You plant your feet firmly and you don't go anywhere.
All right. Could have been worse.
Anything else for your action?
I think I did enough damage.
Okay. That'll bring us to a new round. Sigma Thesis. He analyzes what's going on, sees how much damage has been done to himself and to the machine. He activates his I will heal this machine ability and provides it with some healing. He heals that much to it. So yes, Sigma Thesis hits the machine with an electrocube ray, which bathes it in electrocube energy, and you see the shifting parts of it start to fuse back together as it heals some of the damage you did to it. And then he hits it with a force field again to try to protect it from your incoming attacks. That's it for Sigma Thesis. You know what? I forgot to put the cloning device itself in the initiative modifier, which I was supposed to do. So it goes right there at the bottom of the raft. Cloning chamber. Boom. All right. Stinger, it is your turn.
All right. I think Stinger will use a burst fire spray to try to hit both Sigma Thesis and the cloning device.
Okay.
All right. So
he has to make a reflex save, I believe.
Yep, DC 14.
Dexterity save. He will succeed on the saving throw. However, the cloning chamber is an immobile object. It can't make the saving throw, so it's going to take the full damage.
Okay, so that's going to be 16 damage, radiant.
Okay, you will once again tear apart his force field, and that will be and the additional damage will spill through onto the device and to Sigma Thesis. He will take half of that.
Can I use that electric cube to take a action surge and do that again?
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right. So the damage this time will be 9.
Okay. And Sigma Thesis will not make the saving throw this time. So he will take all the damage of that. There. And the chamber has taken 9. Okay. Well done. The cloning device is looking pretty gnarly, and Sigma Thesis is not looking great himself. So that brings us to Gearbox.
Okay, I am going to take a couple of sword swings at the device as I'm pretty near to it, and the force field is down now at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, the Stinger just trashed the force field, so
okay.
It is open and free.
So I get 2 attacks, and the first one is going to miss because that's 3, and this is very, very incredibly well protected.
Even the device has a higher AC than that. So
okay.
Yes.
Second one though is a 19.
Okay,
so
that'll smack it.
Be a hit. Okay, so I do D8 plus 1. Okay, I only graze it because I do the 1 plus 1, so I do 2 damage in total. So I'm probably leaning over as much as possible and just kind of slashing it across the edge.
He's probably a little wary as to, is this going to explode if I hit it too hard?
Yeah.
So just
step back a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, and that brings us to Flyer next.
I'll make sure that I'm not doing that boomer thing where my my sound is all off and I'm trying to talk for 5 minutes.
We hear you.
Yeah, good thing, because like I said, it sounds like I tried to French kiss a lawnmower. All right, so I think I'm gonna just because we got people moving in and out of range. I'm not gonna hit it with any more explosives, but I'll take a blaster shot at it.
Okay.
Blaster carbine. With my, you get to add dex to that, right? to the shooting?
The full attack bonus should be should be listed in the attack.
I love when that happens. Oh, there we go. Yeah. A 25.
25, that will definitely hit. Wow.
And then the damage on that. Damage on that is 13.
Ooh.
Big guns.
Okay, you do a significant amount of damage to it. It is sputtering and sparking, but it's still churning away at its first clone.
Damn, that thing is like more like indestructible than an AMC Gremlin.
Uh-huh. All right, if that is it for you, then we are on to Nitro Strike.
Okay, the cloning machine's all that's up left, right?
Sigma Thesis is still about, and there are 2 drones as well.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody beat those up. Well, then in that case, I will. The drones are all spread out with Sigma Thesis, right?
Yes, the drones have spread out considering the paint bomb you laid.
Cool. So, quick question: does it look like Sigma Thesis has a particular target that he's heading towards?
For the moment, he has been trying to see to the care of the cloning device.
Okay.
But it looks like that is quickly, with the amount of damage you've put on the cloning device, that is quickly going to become moot.
Yeah. The moment I'm just going to take a straight out shot at the cloning device that I'm near. So
okay,
that sounds good. That's an 18.
And 18 will blast the device.
And that is 9 damage.
9.
As my chest opens up and I blast it with a big beam of light.
And that will bring the cloning device to 0.
Awesome.
Okay, Nitro Strike will blast the device. It will shatter and kaboom and spark and flare, and Sigma Thesis will be thrown by the explosion. A tarnished, half-baked clone will come out of it and melt.
And as it explodes, I am going to take my bonus action to beep and move through the explosion, dashing behind Flyer for cover.
Oh no! That did not just happen.
I dashed through the explosion underneath, between Flyer's legs, and hide behind his legs.
Have an electro cube for that.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was evil, Mike.
That was so terrible. Yeah, they will shoot at the drones on their turn. We'll shoot at you for the audacity. You get a +2 to your evasion for hiding behind Flyer.
Oh, great!
Hey! If they hit her, they hit her. But if they miss her by 2, they'll hit you.
Oh, good.
I have to check this roll. I'm so sorry.
I think Mike just broke you, right?
I'll be good.
Yeah, deep breathing. We'll get through it.
Was Mike the one that got the electric cube, or me, or both?
Okay. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits Flyer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I have shields.
Okay, Flyer, you will take 7 points of radiant damage as one blast hits you, and another shoots at you for 18.
18 hits me.
Oh.
18 will hit my
Uncanny dodge though, so I jump from behind one of Flyer's legs to the other and take only half this damage.
Okay. That will be 5 half to 2.
Okay, 2 points of damage with a stylish backflip.
So that's it for the drones.
And I tag a quick smiley face on back of Flyer's leg.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
That would bring us to Mega Hitch, but it appears that Mike just had to take a phone call. So
why don't we have him swing his ball and chain?
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Hey.
It is your turn, Mega Hitch.
Okay, who's standing?
There are 2 drones. Sigma the cloning chamber has been destroyed. Sigma Thesis is currently on the ground.
Okay.
He's not down, but he's on the ground.
I am going to try the maneuver that failed so badly last time.
Okay.
Another cable hitch whip. Rolling a d6. Got a 5.
Who are you going against?
Closest drone.
The closest drone? Okay.
5 on the d6 and a natural 20 on the d20.
Oh, you will smack a drone. Okay. Give me double damage.
Okay. Let's see what the damage is on that. +3 to hit, range 30-60, 1 target hit. The target is restrained by the cable. As an action, the target can make a DC 11 strength check, freeing themselves from the cable on a success.
Okay,
the cable can be attacked and destroyed.
So you will wrap him up. It looks like you've got this drone. You do whatever you want to this drone.
All right.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
It's a move and an attack every turn, right?
Yep.
And I attacked. You know what? I didn't critical fail and fall over myself. I'm gonna put one on my head. So.
Okay. That'll be that then. The cloning chamber has been destroyed, so it can't do anything. Top of the round, Sigma Thesis. Sigma Thesis will stand up. Hypothesis. My presence here will only result in my destruction. Statement. Evacuation imminent. And Sigma Thesis will transform into a form. You have never seen a shifter assume more than one other alternate form. You saw him having transformed to his robot form from a tank. He now turns into an attack fighter jet, which you're like, what? And he just flies off into the sky.
A tri-changer.
They have one of those.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Would Flyer be able to catch him based on that speed?
The jet flies off pretty fast.
Sigma Thesis must be looking for an outhouse if he's got to evacuate.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
There's a triple changer in the very popular Transformers children's cartoon, Rescue Bots Academy.
There's a Rescue Bots Academy?
Rescue Bots and its spin-off Rescue Bots Academy are the most successful cartoons in the history of Transformers in terms of ratings and number of episodes created.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a strange world.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Well, I have an 8-year-old, so I know these things.
It's true.
But with Sigma Thesis having escaped, you have destroyed his cloning chamber, thus preventing him from creating his army, and you have effectively captured the remaining drones. We will wrap up this combat.
I can just where did my tags end up on him as he's flying away? With all the light changing.
It looks like magnificent because of the artist you are, and it looks like magnificent nose cone art
Awesome.
on his plane form.
Okay.
So does this mean that with the remnants of the cloning chamber, Aid's character can reassemble it, and we can create an army of Nitro Strikes?
If
Beep, beep.
you decide to attempt to recreate the cloning chamber, you will have to discuss that with Victor Alpha.
Although having we could have a breakdancing boombox, and then have like all the little cassette tapes that go with it.
We need Redline here to do the rap.
Yes.
It may vary if you're able to, if Gearbox is able to somehow reverse engineer this cloning chamber from its wreckage. This may be a turning point for the Valor Knights to create new soldiers for their cause and bring in new characters and thus toys.
I'll help. I'm good at helping. I'm a good helper. Just make sure I have something to paint too while I'm at it. I get bored if I don't get to paint. And for the record, for anyone wondering, I have to blast it out of my chest because my hands are always full with paint cans.
That's fair.
I have no hands for guns.
56 minutes. I'm clipping that and using it as my next text message ringtone. Mike, take us away before we get into any more trouble.
If you've enjoyed this episode of the BAMF podcast, please consider joining our Patreon or supporting us on Ko-fi. And until next time, let me play the outro music. That's enough of that. Thanks again. And we will see you in a week here on the BAMF podcast.
Bye-bye, everyone.